Hi, my name is Juniper Rose, and today we will be doing Witchy Wonders episode 4, which is going to be all about crystals. I am so excited for this episode because I am a bit of a nut when it comes to crystals. Like, I love them a lot. Risu. What do you? Risu. This is a very precarious setup. If it knocks over, my entire existence will cease to exist. What? Yeah, get down. Get down. Again, I've got Risu here in the room with me, so if you see him randomly popping in and out of the frame, that's why. Just like the last episode. Before I get started today, I do want to apologize for the quality of my last episode. If you haven't watched it yet, I did a paranormal story time, and then I also talked a bit about the basics of protection magic. Oh my god, guys, like, I'm not even kidding you. I had so many issues with that episode. I don't know what it was, but technology just was flat out not working for me. My camera shut off like within the first 6 minutes of filming. It was completely charged, so I have no idea what happened there. And for a while, I was pretty sure that I had lost those first 6 minutes of footage. I was so upset, but then it just randomly appeared on my desktop out of nowhere. Like, I have no explanation for that, and yeah. And then all throughout editing that episode, like, I was just having so many technical difficulties, and I guess it just didn't upload to its usual HD quality onto YouTube. But by then, I was so frustrated with everything that had happened. I was just like, you know what? We're just gonna leave it, okay? It is what it is. So that's basically what happened. And again, I apologize for that, but it's still kind of interesting how the one episode that gives me troubles is the one where I talk about paranormal activity, so I don't know. Alright, so let's go ahead and just jump straight into the episode now. So sit back, relax, grab your coffee or your tea, and let's talk about crystals. But first, as usual, coffee. I promise I won't talk about my straws this time. Except for the lipstick I've got on there. That's attractive. So for this episode, I will be talking about what are crystals, how do they work, and how do I use them in my craft. So a little bit of backstory on this. As a child, I was actually pretty obsessed with crystals. I thought they were pretty, and I would often collect them at random souvenir shops when I went camping. I actually had a pretty decent collection of them. I had no idea that they had any sort of metaphysical properties, but I do remember actually whenever I was upset or sad or depressed or anything like that, I would actually pick up a piece of rose quartz that I had and just hold it because it soothed me for some reason. I didn't know that it was the crystal. It just was something I picked up and held when I was upset, and afterwards I felt soothed. I actually did not make that connection until years later down the road. That it was actually the metaphysical properties of the rose quartz that kind of helped calm me down a little bit and bring me back into more of a loving headspace. I really wish that I did know a little bit more about the metaphysical properties of crystals because I actually had quite a decent collection of them. Unfortunately, I somehow either got rid of or lost almost all of them. The only crystals that I've kept since I was a child were a piece of turquoise and a couple pieces of blue onyx. So crystals are actually what got me started on my current practice. I started reading up and watching some YouTube videos about the metaphysical properties of crystals. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually really curious. Like, I didn't necessarily believe that they had metaphysical properties to them. So I actually picked up a book about crystals, and it's called The Crystal Bible Volume 1 by Judy Hall. So this book actually has a lot of really good, useful information on crystals. I have learned so much from it. So if you are interested, I know that you can buy this book on Amazon. I'll see if I can find a link for you to purchase it, and I'll post it in the description box below. So anyways, what exactly are crystals? Crystals are actually formed through a process called crystallization, which is essentially a repeating pattern of highly organized molecules that come together in intricate patterns or lattices when the water starts to cool down and harden. So this is basically how a crystal is made. There are so many different types of crystals. Like, there are thousands, you guys. This molecular formation is really easy to see once the crystal has hardened and been completely formed. So how do crystals actually work? Crystals each have a different vibrational frequency or signature that affects the energy around you or within you in different ways. These vibrational frequencies are kind of like a signature for the crystal. So for example, amethyst, which is a very common crystal because it's so versatile, amethyst puts off vibrational frequencies that promote a soothing and calming sensation. It helps with sleep and insomnia. Amethyst also protects from psychic attack because it vibrates on such a high level. And it also helps with psychic attunement. It helps with opening your third eye. The list honestly goes on. Each crystal does have a different vibrational frequency, and they will all work differently. Some of them may not affect you as much as others, and it honestly just depends on your energy and basically what you're needing. So with some crystals, you may pick one up and immediately notice something. You might feel a weird sensation in your palm that you're holding your crystal in. You may notice someplace in your body is warm. You may feel certain vibrational frequencies. You may feel subtle vibrations or tingling sensations. And other crystals, like my dioptase, are honestly very subtle in the way that they work, and they're a lot more of a gentle vibration. But the important part is that you just need to make sure that you are open to the crystal's energies and you let it just kind of do its thing. Crystals have so many different healing properties for the mind, the body, and the spirit. I actually really love to use crystals to kind of help out with my anxiety a bit. Some of my favorite crystals for that are amethyst, chrysocolla, and rose quartz. I honestly have not had too much experience with crystals healing on a physical level. I will tell you that crystals are not a cure-all. I do believe that they can help out with any sort of physical ailment in some degree, but honestly, if you are sick, if you are feeling like you need help, please go see a doctor. Crystals do not in any way replace medical attention if you need it. Disclaimer. So how do I use crystals in my craft? Oh my god, guys, I could be here all day. Crystals are actually one of the main focuses of my craft, and I use them in just about every aspect. And the crystals that I use honestly depend on what I am trying to accomplish, and so I will pick a crystal that I feel would work best for that purpose. So, for example, if I'm working on maybe healing my heart chakra, or if I'm working on self-love, I may choose to pick up a piece of rose quartz or rhodolite or amethyst, as those all have properties that are similar to what I'm trying to achieve. If I am looking for protection, or if I am doing a protection spell, for example, I will naturally choose protective crystals, such as smoky quartz, obsidian, labradorite, onyx, fluorite. You get the picture. All of those crystals already have protective properties in them, which is why they can help and give me an extra boost in my intentions in my craft. Prior to using my crystals, I do cleanse and charge them. There are so many different ways to cleanse and charge your crystals, and honestly, many of these methods depends on what is safe for your crystal. Some crystals are actually water soluble, and so you can't necessarily cleanse them with salt water. Some crystals, such as rose quartz and amethyst and citrine, will fade if you charge them in the sunlight. I will typically cleanse all of my crystals by just running them through some sage smoke and then setting them out to charge under a full moon. And I do let my crystals recharge every single full moon, just because crystals are kind of almost like batteries. They need a chance to basically restore and rejuvenate their energy so that they can keep working for you at full capacity. So some other things that I use crystals for, I do frequently use them in spell work. Another way that I really like to use crystals in just my everyday life is either just honestly wearing them or carrying a small amount of them with me wherever I go. Whatever crystals I choose just depends on what I feel like I need for the day. I really believe that Mother Earth has gifted us with these crystals to use and to help us along in our paths in bettering ourselves. If you are curious about crystals, I highly recommend that you do some more research and find out some more information for yourself. You can always use Google, you can try checking this book out from your local library, or you can purchase it on Amazon for a relatively decent price. If you are skeptical about crystals, just as I was, honestly, I would recommend going to pick up a few at your local pagan or metaphysical shop and just see what happens. I mean, definitely keep an open mind about it and just keep your heart open to these crystals, because they will not really respond to you very well if you're not open to them. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with being skeptical. Honestly, every single pagan and Wiccan and witch that I've met has actually highly encouraged being skeptical. Because when you're skeptical about something, you're going to want to learn all of the information that you possibly can about what you are skeptical about to find out where you resonate with it and what you believe. There's so many different types of information out there, and it's just honestly a matter of filtering out and finding your own personal truth. And I do believe that is the beauty of this practice. So if you have any cool or crazy stories about your experiences with crystals, I would absolutely love to hear about them. So go ahead, comment down in the description box below and let me know what your story is. Other than that, that is actually all of the information that I have for you today. Thank you so much again for tuning into my channel. Thank you for your love and your support. I really do want to try and see if I can get up to 100 subscribers by the end of this month in November. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button down below. It would mean the world to me. And once I do reach 100 subscribers, I really do hope to do a Q&A video with you guys. And so I will be posting on Instagram. So if you have not followed me yet on Instagram, my user information along with my other social media information is down in the description box below. So go ahead, check that out, and give me a follow on Instagram if you do wish to participate in any future Q&As. If you missed my last episode, it was a paranormal story time as well as information about protection magic. So I'll leave a card up here if you want to go check that out. I do also have my playlist for my other Witchy Wonders episodes down below, so go check that out if you haven't seen them already. And until next time, the witch is out. Bye! Seriously? With the ball? Really? Really? That's probably a bad idea. Yep, it was. And today we are filming... Hi, hello, my name... This is gonna be great. Please hold. Another thing that I find really interesting, what I had actually learned from reading it is that more dog hair. Yes, I learned about more dog hair. So I mean, I might have a problem, but it's for my spirituality, guys. So I don't know. I could be rambling again. Good lord. So crystals are generally okay. I swear to God, if my camera decides to shut off again, I'm going to murder stuffed animals or technology. And also, yes, this book. Oh my god. Go ahead and check out my Sodal? Again, I have my own language and I don't even know it. Like, Juniper. Really? Oh my god.